There's something truly liberating about turning 60. You've been through the hustle, the routines, the responsibilities. You've raised families, paid bills, supported others, and weathered storms that younger folks can barely imagine. But even in this chapter of wisdom and experience, one question still lingers in the back of your mind more often than you'd like. Am I spending too much? Will my savings last? And let's be honest, it's not about being stingy. It's not even about cutting corners. It's about making the most of what you have, keeping the life you've built comfortable and fulfilling without letting money slip through the cracks unnecessarily. Because who says saving money at 60 has to mean sacrificing joy or living like you're constantly budgeting? You don't have to downsize your life just because your income has shifted. Instead, what if you simply made a few clever changes? Adjustments that protect your peace and still leave room for the little joys that make life sweet. That's what we're going to explore today. Practical, realistic ways to save money after 60 without sacrificing your comfort. Now, let's start with number 1. Rethink how you shop, not just what you buy, but how you buy it. It's easy to stick with old habits when it comes to shopping. Same brands, same stores, same routines. But many of those habits were built back when we were raising families or juggling full-time jobs. Now, your needs are different. Maybe you don't need that bulk pack of paper towels anymore, or that name-brand coffee when a cheaper version tastes just as good. But this isn't just about switching brands. It's also about how you approach the entire experience. Are you still walking into stores out of habit when you could save more by planning ahead, making a list, or even shopping online with cashback apps or senior discounts? Do you check for coupons? Or better yet, do you know what days your favorite grocery store offers senior discounts? Some offer up to 10% off on specific weekdays, and that adds up fast. You could save a week's worth of groceries every month just by timing your trips better. And if you're open to it, exploring community food co-ops, local farmers markets, or discount grocery chains can completely change the game. They often carry the same items at a fraction of the cost, and you support your local economy in the process. Now let's move into number 2, cutting subscription clutter. We live in a world where subscriptions sneak up on us. You sign up for a free trial of a streaming service to watch one show and forget to cancel. There's the gym membership you haven't used since last summer. The magazine you don't read anymore. The cloud storage you forgot you even had. On their own, these don't look like much. $7.99 here, $14.99 there. But when you tally it up at the end of the month, you might be surprised. In fact, some studies show that people over 60 often underestimate their monthly subscriptions by up to 40%. So take a moment. Sit down with your bank statement or card transactions and highlight any recurring charges. You don't have to cancel everything. Just pause and ask, do I still use this? Does it bring me real value? You might decide to keep Netflix, but cancel 3 others you barely touch. That's not sacrifice. That's smart prioritizing. There are also plenty of free alternatives. Want to read the news? Your local library might offer digital newspaper access. Want to listen to music or watch movies? Services like YouTube or free public broadcasting can give you hours of entertainment without monthly fees. And don't forget those library perks. They now offer free ebooks, audiobooks, and even movie rentals in many areas. Now, let's look at number 3, reevaluating your living expenses, but without touching your comfort. This is where many people freeze up. The idea of saving money on housing, energy, or daily living sounds like you have to give something up. But it doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes it's just about using your space smarter or taking advantage of resources you didn't know existed. Let's start small. Is your house leaking money through old windows, inefficient heating, or running water? You might be eligible for free or low-cost energy audits in your area. These services inspect your home and recommend changes that could lower your bills by 20% or more. Even switching out light bulbs or installing a smart thermostat can make a surprising difference over time. And if you live alone in a bigger house, you don't have to downsize to a tiny apartment to save money. You could look into shared housing programs that match seniors with compatible roommates. It's becoming more popular than you might think, saving money, reducing loneliness, and offering a little more peace of mind. No need to feel alone just to stay independent. Another overlooked area is insurance. If you haven't reviewed your car or home insurance policies in the last 2 years, you're probably paying more than you need to. Many providers offer senior discounts or usage-based plans. A quick call to compare rates might put $50 or even $100 back in your pocket each month. So far, we've looked at reshaping the way you shop, trimming away sneaky subscription costs, and managing your living expenses more wisely, all without asking you to give up the comfort you've earned. And here's the thing, none of this has to feel restrictive. It's really about choosing what matters most and giving yourself the freedom to enjoy it without financial stress hanging over your head. Now let's keep going. There are a few more powerful yet simple ways to stretch your dollars even further, while still enjoying the comfort and dignity you deserve every single day. So, you've already started rethinking your shopping habits, letting go of unnecessary subscriptions, and finding ways to reduce living expenses without losing your sense of comfort. These steps alone can make a noticeable difference. But when it comes to truly making your money work for you after 60, there's even more you can do without making life feel like a financial balancing act. Let's look at number 4, getting more out of healthcare without paying more. Now, this one is big, because after 60, healthcare tends to be one of the most significant costs many of us face. The good news? There are often ways to reduce those expenses while still getting the care you need, or even better care than before. Start by understanding what you actually need. Many people stay on old plans or pay for insurance extras they don't even use. Are you paying for dental, vision, or prescription plans that don't give you much in return? Are you using pharmacies that charge more out of habit, when a discount card or even a simple switch to a different store could save you hundreds every year? There are also government-supported programs and nonprofit organizations that help seniors with copays, medication discounts, and even transportation to medical appointments. You might be surprised at what's available in your area just by contacting a local senior center or visiting a government website like benefitscheckup.org. And don't underestimate the value of preventive care. That means staying ahead of health issues so they don't snowball into expensive problems later on. Getting free annual checkups, flu shots, or screenings through Medicare can prevent more serious and costly health concerns down the line. It's not just smart, it's empowering. When you take charge of your health, you take charge of your wallet too. Now let's ease into number 5, turning your hobbies, or your time, into a little extra income. This one might surprise you. Earning money after 60 doesn't mean going back to a 9-to-5 job. It can be as simple as sharing something you already love. Maybe you enjoy sewing, baking, gardening, or even storytelling. These aren't just hobbies, they're skills. And today, there are more ways than ever to turn those skills into side income without leaving your house or giving up your comfort. For example, you can sell handmade crafts online or at local community markets. If you have a green thumb, consider selling cuttings or produce to neighbors. Love baking? Offer to make birthday cakes or snacks for small gatherings. The goal isn't to start a business, it's to explore a new way to bring in a little income while doing something you already enjoy. And if hobbies aren't your thing, your time can still be valuable. Many seniors find meaningful, flexible part-time work through tutoring, childcare, or even remote customer service jobs, all from the comfort of their homes. Some websites connect retirees with paid opportunities that don't require full-time commitments. Imagine earning a few $100s a month just by helping kids with homework or answering phone calls for a local business. Not only can it support your finances, but it keeps you active, connected, and engaged with the world around you. And here's a lovely bonus. Using your skills in this way often brings more than money. It brings purpose. It makes you feel useful. And that feeling? You can't put a price on it. Now let's take a breath, because that brings us to number 6, and it's not about cutting back or earning more. It's about using your community in smarter, richer ways. After 60, your community becomes a powerful resource, one that can ease your expenses without ever touching your comfort. Think about it. How many times have you paid for something when there might have been a free alternative just around the corner? Maybe you paid for a fitness class when your community center offers free yoga or walking clubs. Maybe you've been paying for expensive repairs when local programs offer discounted handyman services for seniors. Maybe you're paying full price for meals when churches, nonprofits, and local groups offer hot lunches, potlucks, or food boxes weekly. The truth is, many of us feel hesitant to accept these offers. We think, I don't want to take handouts. But here's the thing, they're not handouts. They're part of the support system your community wants to offer you. You've paid your dues. You've spent years giving to your family, your neighborhood, your workplace. This is your time to receive. And let's not forget the social benefit. Engaging with your community not only saves money, it builds friendships, eases loneliness, and fills your days with connection. Whether it's volunteering, attending free events, or simply joining a local senior group, you'll find value far beyond just financial. At this stage of life, comfort isn't just about the money you save, it's about the life you build around you. And the beauty is, you don't have to do it alone. By leaning on your strengths, using your resources wisely, and connecting with others, you can create a lifestyle that feels both comfortable and secure. If there's one thing we've discovered along this journey, it's that saving money after 60 doesn't mean stripping away the little joys that make life feel full. In fact, it's often about realigning your choices so that comfort and contentment come hand in hand with financial wisdom. And that wisdom? It doesn't come from a spreadsheet. It comes from experience, from knowing your values, and from embracing change with grace. Now, let's talk about something many people don't always consider, but it quietly drains money and comfort at the same time: emotional spending. You know what I mean. That moment when you're feeling lonely or stressed, and suddenly shopping online feels like a reward. Or when a simple trip to the store turns into a cart full of things you don't truly need, because it feels good in the moment. This kind of spending isn't unusual. It's human. But over time, those little splurges start to chip away at your savings and leave behind clutter or regret. So the real key here is learning to pause before the purchase. Ask yourself, is this for comfort or is this for a momentary escape? Sometimes, just acknowledging the feeling is enough to change the choice. And here's the beauty of it, you don't have to say no to yourself all the time. Instead, say yes more intentionally. Maybe instead of buying another trinket or gadget, you spend that money on an experience, a walk in the park with a friend, a small coffee outing, or even a fresh bouquet of flowers to brighten your space. These moments create real joy without weighing down your wallet. Another way to protect your finances while keeping your comfort intact is to have open conversations with those around you, especially family. Money can be a tricky topic, especially with children or grandchildren, but clear communication can prevent misunderstandings and unnecessary stress. If you're on a fixed income, it's okay to say so. It's okay to set limits. And it's okay to teach the younger generation how to live within their means, too. A lot of seniors feel pressure to keep giving, to provide gifts, to help with bills, to always say yes when someone needs something. But there's strength in boundaries. Taking care of your financial health is not selfish, it's wise. It ensures you'll be able to remain independent, stable, and stress-free for the long run. And remember, your presence, your stories, your wisdom, that's already the greatest gift you can give. One more powerful shift to consider is how we think about luxury. After 60, luxury doesn't have to mean expensive handbags or exotic vacations. It might be waking up with no alarm, reading a book in the sun, enjoying a perfectly made cup of tea with no rush. When you start defining comfort and richness by how life feels rather than how it looks, your priorities and your spending naturally start to change. You begin to invest more in what truly nourishes you and less in what only impresses others. That shift is freeing. It opens the door to a lifestyle where saving money feels good, not restrictive. Where every choice is a step toward security, not sacrifice. It's also helpful to remember that your time is a currency, too. The time you spend worrying, hustling, or managing clutter, those are hidden costs we don't often count. By simplifying your spending, choosing your comforts wisely, and letting go of excess, you buy yourself more time for peace, rest, and things that matter. That's a return on investment you can't measure in dollars. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. Millions of people over 60 are quietly making changes every day, learning to live smarter, simpler, and stronger. The world may seem like it's racing ahead, but but there's real power in slowing down and choosing with intention. Every dollar you save, every habit you shift, every moment you reclaim, it all adds up. So let's quickly revisit what we've explored, not with a checklist, but with a gentle reminder of what's possible. You've learned how to cut unnecessary costs without cutting joy. How to embrace community resources, find hidden savings in healthcare, turn passions into income, and spend more consciously. And perhaps most importantly, how to define comfort on your terms. Saving money after 60 isn't about shrinking your life. It's about expanding your freedom. It's about creating space for what really matters and letting go of what doesn't. And every step you take in that direction is a gift to your future self. If any of this resonated with you, if you've had those quiet thoughts at night, wondering how to make things stretch a little further without giving up the things you love, know that you're not alone. And know that change doesn't have to be drastic. It just has to be intentional. We'd love to hear from you. Share your own money-saving tips, your experiences, or even your challenges in the comments below. What's worked for you? What's been the hardest part? Let's build a space where we can learn from one another, support each other, and thrive together. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more people find this kind of content. And if you're looking for more simple, practical advice to help you live fully and freely after 60, be sure to subscribe. There's so much more to explore together. Because here's the truth, you deserve comfort, you deserve joy, and you absolutely deserve peace of mind when it comes to your money. So here's to living wisely, living well, and living your very best life at any age.